Well, it's almost deadline day in Northern Ireland, and this one, we're in charge of the transfers. It's going to be a big day as we look for that striker, and maybe one or two bits of gold dust around the squad. But first, we host top tier opposition. We've got a real chance to show how much we've improved. So let's go and get into our game against Dungannon Swifts, and then transfer deadline day. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 11 of Lifting Spirits from Distillery with me, Daniel. We are back today for transfer deadline day, but first, we've got a pretty big game to get out the way. We've drawn top tier opposition in 2 of the cups this season already, and today, the first of those will be live on camera, and unfortunately, the striker we wanted is not in yet. So we're going to have to make do with what we got, the side that snuck the victory on the opening day in the last episode. If you're looking forward to finding out if we can back it up, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe for daily FM23 content from 2 long-term stories. We've got more fun from the head coach later today. I hope you'll come and join us for that. The playlist is in the eye above if you've missed it so far. And up there you'll also find the Twitch channel where we've got daily live streams through most of the beta. But let's go and talk about what's been happening here, because although it doesn't look like there's been a lot off camera, only 3 days, no signings in, we are edging closer to finding out, because the man we want in is Sam Verdon. He's still discussing his contract. Connor Davis is agreed, we've just got to decide, and we could yet lose Neil Ballantyne, which might force us into a bit of deadline day activity. Otherwise, it's just looking for dribs and drabs. Can we get another player on loan from Linfield, maybe as a versatile backup? All of that forms part of a question we'll answer later. We're also going to take a look at a couple of little things behind the scenes due to some of the personality changes in the summer. But first things first, it's a big cup game. I've got to show it. Let's go straight into the Dungannon match. A massive opportunity to show how good we are and how much we've improved against better opposition. And if you have a look at what we did in pre-season, which I didn't get round to showing in the last episode, we did actually compete with some really good teams. We played Wigan, Linfield, Bolton and Coventry and didn't lose any of them by more than 2 goals. We then beat other sides in the lower levels very comfortably. So if we can find our best form, we could yet have a very good year. And this is the sort of game, particularly at home, we might be able to get some sort of result. I'll be interested to see what crowd's in as well. Only 146, that's disappointing. But let's go and pick the team. It won't be too different to the weekend and head into the match against a big opposition. Now there's something important to say as we come to pick the team here. It's only 1 change, or in fact 2 changes from the weekend. But we are going to make some changes during the match as well, because our bread and butter is still the league. So at the weekend we need everyone fit against Knockbrader. What we've got for now though is 2 changes. Firstly, the goalkeeper. I played Graham in the league, so I've got to play Carey in the cup. That's the reverse of last year. And then at left back, Reed on loan from Linfield, just struggling a little bit for fitness. So out he goes. In comes Ethan Warnock. We know all about him. The rest of the team is the same, but we've got to watch out for fitness. Farquhar and Livingston in particular, not quite in perfect condition. So they're the 2 that might come off later in the game. I've not really got the best option to replace Reed. I would have started Shearer today as well after getting the end of his goal drought last episode. But unfortunately, after scoring that goal, he got a little knock. So he's still not quite fully fit and can only do 45. But we'll try and utilise him off the bench. Ballantyne's in there. Might be the last time he features. Depends if he agrees to move or not. But this is the 11 in full that will take on Dungannon Swifts of the Irish Premiership. We've got Ethan Carey coming in goal, his first appearance of the season. Warnock and Harvey the fullbacks with Farquhar and McGill centre half. Levingston and Chambers in centre midfield. McKee just in front of those 2. And then Withers and Healy on the wings with Peter McKiernan continuing up front, building his fitness, building his match sharpness. Well, now he's got to prove he can score goals. Into the game we go. It's a big opportunity. Not many fans in the house, but if we win it and get an even bigger tie, then maybe they'll come in their numbers. 5 changes for Dungannon Swifts, who do weaken their team slightly, but have left in first choice goalkeeper and a number of players from the league game at the weekend. So they're still taking this one fairly seriously. Let's go and get through the dressing room though. We're going to ask the lads to cause an upset. Too inspired. I mean, it's better than normal. Let's get into the first half. Please, give us a quick start. Get us a few more fans in for a game like this. I mean, come on. Great opportunity, but at the moment, we'll just take a quiet start. Though we've got a corner kick with McKee, only 5 on the clock, into Livingston! And he's done it 2 games in a row. Saved the game against Crewe United at the weekend. Why is everyone doing the little jig celebration this year? I can't work it out. It's not just this save as well. We saw it in one of the others. It was with Woking in our live streams. But Livingston scores headers 2 games in a row. That extra height, that extra physicality in midfield is having an impact already. What a shock this would be. And look at the stats. We thoroughly deserve it so far. And now we've got a free kick in the D. Just outside the box for Mark McKee. He scored a few of these last year, and he scored another one now. Not right in the corner, but the keeper wasn't there. It's 2-0 against the top tier side, and the commentary sums it up perfectly. Dungannon Swifts are all over the place. And it's another corner kick, 10 to the break. We haven't seen anything from the visitors yet. Farquhar heads this one over. Am I a bit bold to say it could be more? We probably deserve to be more than 2 up. We've been absolutely excellent. We knew this club had improved this summer, and I know I've got to remember what happened at the weekend, not get too overexcited. We only just won that one. But if you add a goal scorer to this, look at McKiernan's rating. If you add someone who can score goals, surely we are going to be a good side this year. Surely we've got a chance at promotion. A brilliant display. I've told them how happy I am. Now just don't drop off. We'll give it 15 minutes, then probably McKiernan off. We might even be able to rest people if we get one more. This is ridiculous. What an effort. Well, 5 minutes gone in the second half, and it's Dungannon's turn to have a free kick. The rebound is put wide. It wasn't the greatest chance in the world, but a half chance flashed across goal. And for Dungannon, the closest to the target they've got. And with an hour gone, I'm going to make the first change, which is one that I desire. McKiernan off for Jordan Shearer. Ended that goal drought of the weekend. He looked good. He looked confident. He's coming back to fitness. Let's get him on. In 10, we're going to have to rest Farquhar. We're not going to have a choice in it. Keelan Reid will be one to come on for him. Maybe the same with Livingston in the middle. You can see we're being told to bring Lynch on now. He will come on in centre mid. In fact, I'm actually going to go Ballantyne. One, because he might be leaving, so it doesn't matter if we ruin his legs. But more importantly, he's got the extra height from set pieces. That's something we've got to bear in mind. Chambers will switch to the Mazzala role. Makes little or no difference for him. And then at the back, Farquhar off, Reid on. Let's go and get back into it. We've got 2 subs remaining. With 20 minutes to go, I don't want to do too much too soon, because this would be our best result of the series. And with just under 15 left, it's Dungannon trying to play long in behind from a set piece. I'm thinking about the final changes as Healy comes away down the right. A third goal and we'll do it. In he goes, no one's keeping up with him. Gets to the byline, there's 2 in the middle. Deflects up to Shearer, and it's away by Doran. Back to his keeper, very composed. We've not seen much of that from their defence today. Set pieces have definitely been the winner for us, but look how many they've got up now. McGill's been caught, Carey comes. Oh, he does enough. I was about to slate him, but fair play. He did really well to make up the yards late on there, and their defenders missed the clearance. Shearer's in. Jordan Shearer. He's ended his goal drought, and it's the old London buses. They're all coming at once. Shearer's at a goal a game. He's got a different dance out. I like that little one. A bit of salsa in there. 10 minutes to go, the game is won. And now, remarkably against Dungannon, I'm resting people for the weekend. Who would have thought it? Well, of the 4 left who are very tired, I've just gone through and looked at the natural fitness, and the 2 attacking players are more at risk. So Mark McKee, you'll come off for McVarnock, who we know can do a job. And Josh Lynch, maybe on the right. He's probably rated better than Robinson on that side. So, little bit of experience, little bit of quality. We've got 10 minutes to go. We're 3-0 up. And I am having the time of my life here. If we get that striker in and have a quiet deadline day, this could be one hell of an episode. Though we're back with Ethan Carey just a minute later. The last thing we need is a grandstand finish, so don't do anything silly as Reid goes long. McVarnock loses out in the air and we look a bit bare in midfield here. O'Connor forced back to McMullen, one of the subs. And he goes to Glennie. Long over the top. They're throwing men forward. But Reid wins it. We've been so good back there. Warnock down the line. That's not good enough. I don't know why he's doing that. King over the top. They're in behind from Warnock as well. That's a poor challenge. What are you doing? He'd had such a solid game as well. There was no need to do it. I don't know why he got involved. But can Ethan Carey be a superstar? Mitchell up against him from the spot. Oh, I thought he'd saved it. Went with his feet in the end. I've no idea why. Andrew Mitchell gets his first Dungannon goal. And with 7 to go, now we praise the lads, get them back on side, build that confidence, make sure we don't throw this away. This would be crucial, and I can't let it slip. And we're not going to let it slip. We're into 4 minutes of stoppage time, no further highlights. We've seen the game out well. We've been far the better side. We've had more shots, 3 times the shots on target. The expected goals is similar, but that's the penalty that's done that. Possession dominant, passes completed better. We have just outplayed half of a first team from the Irish Premiership. I like the sound of that. Let's go and get to deadline day. Let's see if we can get this striker in. Who knows? After that, we might even get someone better. Back in a moment. Well, I don't know what it is. Our director of football is suddenly finding an awful lot of players from the Republic of Ireland rather than Northern Ireland. However, there's a bit of excitement in the air. Now, I'm trying not to get too excited because there are other clubs in for him at a higher level. But finally, with 2 days to go in the window, Linfield have let us discuss terms with Leon Boyd again. I don't know whether he's going to join us. I've also gone for McGann as a sort of versatility man. And we found a left back through our director of football, a 24-year-old Northern Irish player who's played for Ballyclare in a second tier with quite a lot of regularity as well. So if he's pretty good, it might be another solution. The scout report would seem to suggest so after a little while. And there's another midfielder we had on trial, if Ballantyne goes, that's ready and agreeing to join us. The only issue at the moment is whether we've got the wage bill free. We might have to prioritise on deadline day, but Leon Boyd could solve us a massive problem. Well, as we're here waiting for deadline day anyway, anyone fancy a quick League Cup draw? See if we get another big side. It's not one of the fancy ones yet. I've noticed at the lower levels, they only tend to happen from the quarter-final onwards. So let's get through, draw all the teams. Will it be top tier opposition again? There's a few teams left in our league if we want a slightly easier one. It is Newry, halfway in between. Championship opposition up next. If we can beat Dungannon, we can beat them. Well, just to show you how far we've come, Bobby Harvey has an international call-up for the under-19s. Gerard Little, a man we've interviewed on our podcast channel, he is in charge of that young side, and he has decided that Bobby Harvey's good enough. I'm inclined to agree with him. Here we go, transfer deadline day, and we are waiting on Leon Boyd. If he agrees to come in for 20 quid, it's going to make such a difference. It will allow us to not worry about Verdon or Davis, and then we can go and focus on a left back and a centre midfielder we might need. Fingers crossed. Instead though, we might be forced to prioritise elsewhere because Port Stewart and Dollingstown are looking at Ethan Warnock, and the former have actually gone as far as to make a bid now. He is a decent player, he's an important part of the squad, but we have got that lad on trial now, and he's starting to look really good. 5-star still according to that. He's been here a couple of days, we'll keep our eye on him while he's here. I've got a feeling he's an upgrade, so hopefully we'll be able to find a way to get that done. He's wanted by other clubs in our league as well, but for now, we've got to worry about Ethan Warnock. Fingers crossed he stays, it solves us a problem. Well, here are 4 messages that give me very conflicting thoughts. Bad news, good news, a decision to make, and good news. So firstly, we have lost Neil Ballantyne. I understand why he's gone. He's not the best player. We've got a player ready that could replace him, but have we got the wage bill for it? I don't know yet. McGann has agreed to come in, so if the worst happens, I know the intention of getting him back was to be a backup defender, but we've got him as an impact sub, and if he can come on in centre midfield and do a job, that works for us too. 6'1", good in the air. He's an option, and for no wages, with someone who's familiar with the club, happy to have him back. Verdon, what do I do? Because if I say no, and then Leon Boyd comes, we're in big trouble. I guess I could sign him and then just release him straight away if Boyd comes, but that seems a bit harsh. Warnock has snubbed Port Stewart, so we've got some good news in the meantime. Do I bring him in as a 4-star player and then say, if Boyd comes, we let you go? Because we can't afford to have him and then have a great striker anyway. So what do? I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to accept that we need a good striker. And then we hope. If Leon Boyd comes, out he goes again. And we're getting a centre mid and a left back. Cross your fingers. And by the way, it's a good job we did. McGann is in. 2.5 star. Covers as a centre half option. Also provides the cover we need for Ballantyne who just left. He's got big potential. He won't play that much, but a good addition. We've got Verdon in. Only rated 3-star now by our assistant manager and coaches. This is a big problem. I think he's better than that, but we are paying him the most of any player at the club, and I can't afford to have average players for that, especially when it's stopping us from signing two others. Otherwise though, I don't really have striker options, so we're going to have to make a decision, because Leon Boyd has gone to Ballyclare in a second tier. Completely understand the reasoning. He deserves to play at that level, he's good enough for it, but oh how lovely it would have been. And in Hastings, he's someone else we tried to loan earlier. He's gone to Newington and will join Ballantyne there. And now we've got to make a decision on this man. Connor Davis, £80 appearance fee he wants as a backup player. If he comes in, that £5 wage budget goes under and I can't get another player. If I don't bring him in, yes, we're a striker short, but I can then go out and get two other players. McCall, a centre midfielder who will give us backup, and the left back if he's any good. But Connor Davis gives us the backup on both wings, something we haven't got at the moment. He can also cover up front. I really don't know what to do here. I'm going to make a decision in a moment. I'm going to see if we've got any more information on that player we've got on trial. We haven't. This is tricky. Let me see what he wants and then we'll make our mind up. Well, this could solve our problem because before bringing Davis in, I have the option to offer McCoon a deal for I think I might be able to get him for 20 quid a week. He wanted 30. If we can pull that off, which would be ideal, then we might have a real chance of getting both of them in. I don't know whether McCoon's actually good enough because we haven't got all the stuff in yet. But the great positive for all the negatives we've talked about with amateur contracts is if he's not good enough, we just get rid of him again. So let's see whether he'll accept it. We're going to go down. It's 25 quid the appearance fee. Lee McCoon has agreed a deal. Let me show you the other one that I wanted to sign, just so you can see where we are with it. We had him on trial earlier in the summer, and that man is Owen McCall, and he is a really good centre midfielder. Natural left footer, decent enough in the air at 6'1", and got good attributes across the board. I don't think we can get him as well though, so it's going to be 2 from 3. Do we get Davis? Oh, this is such a tough call. I might have to get the coin of destiny out, because I just don't know. Right, I think I've made my decision, and I'm going to go back to something I said in the summer. Not paying players an appearance fee to be clear backups in the squad. Connor Davis would be that if we let him join. I'm going to cancel it. We've got Bobby Robinson. Our best 2 youth intake players last year were both wingers. I don't want to waste money on him, so Connor Davis will not come in. We've rejected that deal. McCoon we've made a bid for. McCall I'm going to make a bid for. Those 2 appearance fees actually add up to the same as Connor Davis. So it's 2 players for 1. We've got young backups in the other positions. That's it. Job done. Unless one or more of them rejects us, of course. 1:45 and Lee McCoon has agreed to join. I have no idea how good he is, whether he's good enough or not. The problem I've got though is at the moment, despite that deal that's now been rejected, we're not able to put in the offer for McCall, so I might have to try and work something out with that. For now though, the issue at the moment is we've only got 1 in, but with McGann joining as a centre mid and centre half, left back is probably the weakness. Whether Warnock's good enough I don't know, but let's see how good McCoon is. Might be an instant release this one. We haven't got half the stats. Cross your fingers. For that fee, I hope he's good. Let's get him in. Oh, he's very good. Lee McCoon is the perfect end to deadline day. Hopefully we can add McCall later because he is a free agent anyway. But 3.5 ability, 4.5 potential. Let's have a look at his ability. Oh, he's nice. He's not the best in the tackle, but everything else is solid. Bit better in the air, little bit better physically, and very good in terms of positioning, which is my favourite defensive stat. I'm hoping as he's a bit better on the ball, that might help us too. And even his marking from set pieces. Likes to wind up opponents. I mean, he's got a lot of things that are important. Maybe not arguing with officials, but we can live with that. An upgrade at left back is the finish to the day. We've now got 7 options at the back instead of 5. We've now got the same number of options in midfield because McGann replaces Ballantyne. And overall, that has been a really good day. If we can get McCall in, then great. We're £8 over the wage budget. How frustrating is that? I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep looking for strikers, because if we can get a better upgrade up front for a lower appearance fee, then maybe we can get 2 for 1 again. But for now, a really good finish, a really good day. And overall, with the win against Dungannon, as close to the perfect episode as we can get. I really think we're favourites for the title. I know we've only played 1 game and struggled a little bit in it, but I think we've got a chance. What do you think after that deadline day work? let's get past all of these messages because we bring in the most players, we improve the squad the most. But is the striker good enough? I think his attributes look great, but according to the assistant, he's only 3-star ability, and that might be a problem. Let's go and have a look at the schedule for when we're next going to be back. It's the usual array of cup games early in the year, so I think we're going to come back. It looks about right to come back for the next round of the League Cup, doesn't it? Playing higher tier opposition again. We've got Banbridge away just after that, which is a game we struggled with last year after the January window. So let's do those two. Hopefully we can build on a really positive start, maybe keep it tight at the back, but finally find that goal scoring edge. It is a chance for us to win a trophy now, and are we still heavy favourites after the window closes? You bet we are. The media really think we've got a good team, and we've got to prove we have. I'm hopeful that we will be able to do it. Let me know in the comments what you think though. What did you think of those deadline day additions? Very good bolstering of the squad late on. I don't know if the striker's good enough, but the left back certainly is. And McGann is a steady pair of hands for the bench. Shame to lose Ballantyne, but overall we're stronger. And some of those youth players may yet get a go. So if you're looking forward to finding out how they get on and whether we can continue a hot start to the season, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe for daily FM23 content from 2 long-term stories. We'll be back with this one again tomorrow at the same time, and hopefully we'll be talking about a new top scorer and lots of success in lots of competitions. Make sure you don't miss it or the head coach later today. That playlist is up in the eye above if you've missed any of it. And we're also live on Twitch every day. There's links to loads of other platforms in the description below, and ways to support the channel, including the join button if you so wish. But thank you for watching. Thank you for spending another deadline day with me. It's far less stressful when you can do the transfers, isn't it? Hopefully we've got a team ready for success, and I'll see you tomorrow as we find out if we can back up our title favourites tag.